Store lighting makes a statement about a business. Its quality, pricing, variety, image. It impacts not only what customers see, but what they do. It provides visual cues to guide them through the space. It creates drama to grab their attention. It helps them evaluate the merchandise, and it motivates them to buy. A store lighting system is made up of 3 subsystems. General lighting establishes basic visibility and character by providing sufficient quantity, distribution, and color of light. Perimeter lighting, or the lighting on vertical surfaces, gives a pleasing brightness and adds excitement to wall displays. Display or accent lighting adds visual impact to attract customers' attention and invite them to buy. Together, they create an effective, total store lighting system. There are 2 basic criteria you can use to evaluate a lighting system. How effective is it, and how efficient is it? An effective system provides the right quantity of light, or illumination, and the right quality of light. Illumination is measured in lumens per square foot, or foot candles. Recommended foot candles for a store lighting system depend on the area and the type of store. As a general rule, circulation areas like store aisles need the lowest levels, only about 10 to 30 foot candles. General merchandise, to stand out, should have about 3 times the illumination. And display items, for real impact, should have at least 5 times the illumination. The correct quantity of light also depends on the type of store. In fast-paced environments, shoppers tend to make rapid buying decisions. So these types of stores require the highest illumination levels, about 30-foot candles of light in aisles and other circulation areas, 100-foot candles on general merchandise, and about 500-foot candles if you want to create a prominent display. In medium activity environments, shoppers usually take more time to make buying decisions, so the illumination levels for each of the 3 areas can be lower. In low-activity environments, customers buy fewer but higher value items and generally take the most time to make their buying decisions. So these types of stores can use even lower general lighting levels with more dramatic lighting on featured displays. These general guidelines can provide a starting point to ensure good quantity and contrast in your store lighting system. The other half of the equation is quality, lighting that provides good color and minimum glare. Color relates to both the color of the light source itself and how merchandise appears under the source.
We have used a scale to make that apparent, and so we can measure it. The lower the Kelvin rating of a light source, the warmer it appears. For example, a 3000 Kelvin source, an example of which would be incandescent, appears very warm to the eye. As you go higher on the Kelvin scale, light sources appear first neutral at about 3500 kelvins, and then cool at about 4000 kelvins, increasing in coolness until you get up into the 7000, 7500 Kelvin range. Once the chromaticity decision is made, how cool, how warm, or neutral should the atmosphere be, then it's best to look at what color rendering index values are for light sources in that chromaticity range. Color rendering is defined as the ability of a light source to render colors, object colors of people and things, in a very normal, natural way. The better those colors look, the more they look like what we expect them to look like, the higher the color rendering index of the light source would be. The standard for the color rendering index scale is incandescent lighting for electric lighting and outdoor daylighting for natural light. Usually the designer has the question, what minimum light sources are acceptable from a color rendering index standpoint? And the answer is this, that I usually recommend that a light source have a color rendering index of at least 50 for use in interior lighting. We have a lamp right there, in fact, and that's the warm white fluorescent. So we could say, well, warm white fluorescent is marginally satisfactory, and that's true. In HID, we can easily obtain up to 65 as a color rendering index, but today we have newer light sources. For example, our SP and SPX series of fluorescent lamps, which start at 70, go up to 70 or 73, and then jump up into the 80s, 80, 82, 83. So over the years, we've managed to make light sources which render colors, in other words, again, make things look natural and normal, higher and higher according to their color rendering index.
The effectiveness of your store lighting, the quantity and color of light, is one critical consideration. A good lighting system should be efficient as well.
Well, efficiency is an important question when it comes to electric lighting because efficiency determines the operating cost. So if we concern ourselves with both energy efficiency and the cost of light, then we usually end up using fluorescent lamps for general lighting systems. You reserve incandescent for those jobs that it can do best. Examples are display lighting, accent lighting, where incandescent lamps can add a character to the scene that you can't get with any other kind of light source.
Recent developments in lighting technology are opening up new options in achieving efficiency and quality.
With fluorescent, the big news is really color and efficiency. We can get good color in a fluorescent lighting system today for pennies per square foot per year more than a standard cool white or warm white lamp. So that has been a major development in fluorescent lighting. In incandescent, we're seeing some new light sources come along that are dramatically more efficient than incandescent lamps of the past. Even some types of interior commercial lighting, we'll find that HID lamps are an excellent choice because they begin to combine some of the characteristics of both fluorescent and incandescent.
I think if we looked at it from the point of view of a wish list in lighting, we would want excellent color rendering, high efficiency, good maintenance characteristics, and that happens to be the way it is now. Light sources today do combine all these great characteristics, that is long life, high color rendering, options in color temperature from warm to cool, with low maintenance requirements, long life built in. So there's really, the wish list has come, it's here, it's now.
General lighting gives customers light to see by, but by itself it creates a flat, monotonous atmosphere. Used with the right balance of perimeter and display lighting, however, general lighting gives a space ambience and character. The most popular choice for general lighting is fluorescent because of its long life and low operating costs. But the traditional fluorescent lamps had some limitations.
In the past, there were two options in terms of color rendering, color temperature. Either the cool white, warm white, which were high in efficiency, fair in color rendering, or the deluxe versions, deluxe warm, deluxe cool, very good in color rendering, but low in efficiency. Today we combined it all. Our new SP and SPX series combine good color rendering and high efficiency in the same lamp. The options available to the designers and the store operators and owners are wide. They can have their merchandise seen at its best advantage, all the colors fully enhanced, very pleasant atmosphere, flattering complexions, but with high efficiency too.
High-intensity discharge lamps, especially metal halide, are also gaining popularity in general lighting.
While fluorescent is still the most popular light source for general lighting, the metal halide types of high-intensity discharge are also gaining favor, particularly in areas where they would like an incandescent-like feeling, a three-dimensional rendition rather than a diffuse light source. We've added to the series a lamp incorporating the phosphors that we've used so successfully in the fluorescent SP series, now incorporated into our multi-vapor series of metal halide lamps, so that we can have total compatibility in a store that might combine high-intensity discharge and fluorescence.
Whatever light source you use, good maintenance is imperative. A scheduled program of group relamping, cleaning, and other maintenance will reduce operating costs, save energy, and maintain the light you need for effective merchandising.
When we think about the role of lighting in merchandising, we tend to focus on the appraisal requirement, the need to be able to evaluate, look at features, characteristics, ingredients, qualities of merchandise. There's another aspect that is frequently overlooked, and that's the need to attract attention. Lighting becomes a grabber, a way to bring people's attention to the window, to the merchandise, to departments, and make them notice the product.
Display lighting is as much an art as a science. It can be used to enhance a store's general atmosphere, and provide interesting visual contrast. It can be used to highlight merchandise on traffic aisles, inviting customers to take a closer look, and as a stunning accent that entices customers to buy. But behind the art of display lighting are some guiding principles. Use display lighting strategically. Too much dilutes its impact. Too little results in a boring, homogenized atmosphere. Have a bold contrast between the light on displayed merchandise and the surrounding area to create visual drama. A 5-to-1 ratio is a good rule of thumb. Aim your display lights for maximum attraction and minimum glare. Finally, maintain your lighting properly. Code display lamps so you replace burnouts with the same lamp type, and keep all lamps and fixtures clean. With these guidelines in mind, let's look at some of the options for dramatic, effective display lighting. For flexibility, control, and excitement, halogen lamps are the most popular light source for display applications. With their cool, crisp light, halogen PARs like GE's Performance Plus add to the sparkle and glitter of fine crystal. Proper aiming prevents distracting glare. The display draws customers to the department and entices them to take a closer look. Here, a grazing angle and good color rendering serve to bring out the best features of the merchandise, rich textures and vibrant colors. Halogen precise lamps add punch and dimensionality to islands of produce. Here, they're combined with SPX 35 general lighting in an attractive custom grid. Or they can be used for both general downlighting for appraisal and accent lighting for sparkle. The lamp fixtures are positioned over the front edge of the display cases to prevent glare. This feature display uses Cool Beam halogen PAR. The lighting brings out the romance of the wine, while the lamp's unique design protects it from excess heat.
Today we have the light sources that provide the directionality to give character, dimension, textural enhancement, at the same time perfect color rendering or very near perfect, making displayed items just stand out and crave to be noticed, and hopefully very appealing and resulting in enhanced sales.
A store lighting system isn't complete if you have merchandise hiding in the background. By lighting the perimeter of your store, you create a total merchandising effect. Perimeter lighting helps forgive problems in a general lighting system by adding warm, lively, pleasing light. It adds a sense of spaciousness, and it highlights displays on walls and other vertical surfaces. Today's wide range of fluorescents open up a wealth of opportunities for effective perimeter lighting. You can use them to create an atmosphere that is visually lively and colorful, or one that is more subdued and intimate. In this classic example, uplighting helps define and draw people into the space. The downlighting enhances the wall displays. This approach breaks away from the traditional supermarket atmosphere. It combines low-level general lighting with more prominent perimeter lighting that pulls shoppers through the space. Here, cove lighting adds to the elegant atmosphere, while the lighting in display units helps create departments of merchandise. General lighting, display lighting, and perimeter lighting. Together, they create a total store lighting system that can be a powerful merchandising tool. Getting the maximum value from your lighting system requires good planning in both design and maintenance. For new designs and remodeling projects, a good plan needs to achieve the right balance of performance and efficiency. GE's Lighting Economic Analysis package can help you. This program, which you use on your own computer, lets you compare lighting options in terms of initial investment, operating costs, and payback to help you select the most cost-effective and energy-efficient system to meet your merchandising objectives. A good design needs to be followed up with good maintenance to keep your system's performance up and costs down. Your maintenance plan should incorporate these tips. Make sure all display lights stay on target for maximum visual impact. Misaimed lighting means misspent money and energy and missed prospects. Make sure each lamp is giving you the best return for the least investment. A better lamp choice may give you similar performance at a lower cost. For example, replacing incandescent with biax lamps in stairwells, halls, and storage areas can cut wattage in half and extend lamp life 10 times. Code all replacement lamps so they get into the right fixture. You may want to provide a chart with color markings that correspond to color codes on lamps or cartons. Periodically clean all lamps and fixtures. Once a year is preferable. Every 2 years is essential. When spot relamping, clean the fixture and all lamps in it. Relamp on a group basis every 2 to 3 years, depending on operating hours. Group relamping with the same lamp can increase the lighting level by 20% or more at the same power cost. Or relamp with an energy-efficient lamp, such as Wattmizer, to cut power costs. Save energy by switching your lighting system from prime time mode, when customers are in the store, to service mode, for after-hour cleaning, tagging, and stocking. Train your employees so they understand how proper operation and maintenance of your lighting system improves your merchandising productivity. And finally, assign accountability so that every procedure is carried out correctly every time. Store lighting has both its challenges and its rewards. With good design and good maintenance, it can transform your retail environment into a powerful tool for productivity.